I don't know about y'all, but that beat got me moving on this here Friday night. Welcome to another edition of the All Sports Matters podcast. I am your host, Amir Shiraz, Ortiz, for those of you that are curious. Welcome. Welcome. It's another Friday. It's another show. It's another happening. Hey, JB did his thing on that intro. That beat got me moving just a little bit. And I got to move a lot of it because it's cold out there. And if I stand still long enough, I'm going to freeze. Either way, welcome. All Sports Matters podcast. We have the All Sports Matters radio show. Sunday mornings, 10 Central on VOD95station.com or the Parlay Period app. Join us as we try to break down these games. But before we do that, obviously, you guys know I'm rarely, ever, never really alone. Let's see who we gonna bring on. Just Fleck. We're gonna start with you, my boy. What's going on?
What's up, my brother? How you doing?
How's your week treated you in this winter freeze?
Yeah, I was about to say, man, it's bipolar weather, man. One day it was like 70, the next day it was 7.
Yeah, no, I am not a fan. I just knew I was outside watering the grass and in a t-shirt and shorts. And today I got on 4 layers of clothes. So I'm not understanding what's going on.
I think Uncle Joe forgot to turn the weather machine back off.
I don't know if he's awake right now, but we don't talk politics. But speaking of layers, I'm going to bring the chef on because the chef knows, hey, if anybody knows about layers, is our boy Big Rob. What's going on, chef?
What is happening, good people? What's the business? It's just good to be back in here with y'all, man.
Hey, we appreciate it. Hey, check out my boy got a new YouTube coming up really soon, really soon. If it's not already off the ground, we will put the details out there for the masses. Follow us on the All Sports Matter Facebook page. Okay, so we'll put that information out there for the masses to know what's going on because the chef, he's doing chef things. And last and certainly not least, is the guy to put us all together here today with the banging sounds. My boy JB, he is our producer. What is going on?
We producing big things. Producing big things. The big chef coming up. We already know how that is. As far as this weather, somebody need to. Anybody up north? Your friend is down here, all up in our yard, being drunk. I need y'all to come get him. This is ridiculous. He don't need to be. Why is he down here? Tell your friend to come back home. That's too much.
It's them folks up in Buffalo right now shoveling snow for $20 an hour.
And in Baltimore got snow too. Baltimore got that snow. Yeah. Hey, tell your people come back to you because we're not used to them down here.
Before we break down the games this weekend, obviously we're gonna break down the games last weekend. How about them Cowboys?
Cowboys.
We gonna give them the time of day because just like the Cowboys, we about to be one and done on this topic. All right, so where do we start off with? And I ain't practiced that all week. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I've been nice on the social media. I've been nice all week. I burnt them on Sunday. Stephen A took over on Monday, and I just let it go. I just let it ride. Except for today, Jerry Jones, they put out there that the 2026 World Cup final will be at Dallas Cowboys Stadium because somebody got to win a championship, right? So somebody got to win a championship in that building.
So they finally gonna have a championship.
Finally,
Dallas Cowboys ain't in, so somebody got to. The World Cup.
The World Cup.
The World Cup.
I don't know why Stanley Cup. I don't know
actual
why
football.
That's all I was like.
Football.
Somebody gonna get an old championship.
Somebody's gonna win a championship in that building because we all know it's not that star. Either way,
I would
they're bringing
know
their coach
Mike.
back.
Before we get to all that, let's break down this game, right? Let's break down this game. Obviously, it should have been over 48-16. They pulled the starters. Jordan Love was on the sideline doing this thing. They pulled the starters. They scored 16 points. Then they scored 2 touchdowns. They put the starters back in there like, oh, time out. Let's not mess this up. Okay. That was funny.
Wait a minute.
That was funny.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that was funny. They scored twice really fast. I'm like, get back in there. Either way, all right. Ideally,
I like it.
What happened to that Cowboys defense? Somebody said all season they've been in man, and all of a sudden they decided to play Green Bay in zone all game. Talk to me. What happened?
Dan Quinn was looking forward to all his interviews to be a head coach, and he mentally checked out for that game. He was already looking forward to everything else that he had coming up, all his greener pastures, as it were, and he didn't look at the game that he had in front of him. And the rest of the defense, they was looking forward to other teams that they would possibly play in the playoffs and look completely past Green Bay, which, as we all saw, was a huge mistake. Plain and simple.
Wasn't Jerry Jones already planning like parades and all this other foolishness already? He had brought it up on like this radio show that he had already
had that route since 1996 playing.
He been playing. He was playing the parades. He was selling Super Bowl tickets.
He might as well go ahead and start getting the vehicles in line and just driving all his family cars right down that same route, because that's the only route that's the only people taking that route, because it sure ain't the Cowboys.
Yeah, I think Jim hit it right on the head, man. They looked past Green Bay, and I think that was a fatal mistake. Green Bay came in there with a point to prove, and they proved it.
The moment they won the coin toss and said we'll take the ball, went down the field.
Exactly.
It was like 8 minutes of time right off the rip, scored a touchdown, and Dallas was like, what just happened?
And that's why I said they came in there and they wanted to make a statement, and they made one. Teams normally, you win the coin toss, you defer to the second half. We want the ball. They hit him with who was it, Matt Hasselbeck? We want the ball, and we're going to score.
We're going to score, and they did. I don't know. The Cowboys messing up though, because the AFC is 1, 2, 3, 4. The NFC is 1, 7, 3, 4. Good job, Cowboys. Way to mess it up again. Yep, I'm talking numbers, rankings, seedings.
Okay.
My mind ain't working right now as far as math.
Well, number 1 was going to be there regardless.
Right, but I'm saying 2, 3, 4 was coming down the pipe, and then the Cowboys got the number 2 seed and frittered it away. Since this is a family show, we can't.
Before we get to the other side, which was the Lions and Rams, because that ended a controversy.
No,
let's get back to the game at hand. Let's get back. Tito be trying. Tito be trying hard. Let's get back to the game at hand. And Dak Prescott finished the season with 9 interceptions. Right? He said he's not gonna get more than 10. He got 9. He was a man of his word. He kept it. And then all of a sudden, he turned into the Dak Prescott we all knew. We can't just
good old Dakota,
because the offense wasn't moving the ball. Him, for some reason, and CeeDee Lamb was not seeing eye to eye all game. From the moment the game started, they were button heads. We don't know what.
Yeah, that was weird. That was
the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Like they wasn't. You're right. They weren't on the same page at all. Like even him running routes, it seemed like.
Right.
I think CeeDee took one off.
I don't
know. He had money on the Packers or something.
I don't know what was happening.
Going on with
I don't know. At one point, it looked like CeeDee looked like he might put his hands on Dak though, for real. Like if you,
I was watching it.
He looked like he could smack Dak in the face.
The announcer went out of his way to say CeeDee Lamb is mild mannered. Usually, I remember them saying that. That's how we knew something was up.
Something was up.
Yep.
He's usually mild-mannered.
I
was waiting for it.
So, okay, real question though. Real question though. We'll go to move on for the Dallas Cowboys. What is the issue? Like that team is a good team.
Mm-hmm.
That team was a good team, finishing 12-5, leading the league in offense, the defense on takeaways. Like, what are they truly cursed? Are they? I'm trying to find out Now, this is obviously all jokes aside, because obviously I don't care if they ever win another ring ever, but something has to give. What is the issue when it comes down to the Dallas Cowboys?
Jerry Jones.
There you go. Ooh, he beat me to it.
Jerry Jones.
He constructed a good team.
Yeah,
he got it on Jerry. He can't go out there and play.
But I don't know. It's just something. I think that team is cursed because of Jerry Jones. That's what I'm saying.
Literally,
that's why they cursed. I think they're cursed because I think once Jerry Jones moves on to whatever he moves on to, or however he moves on, that team might see their fortunes reversed. I don't know. I just think it's Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones is definitely the issue at this point, because he just will not. He will not make the moves that are necessary to allow the team to progress the way they need to progress. That's just it. He's just not doing it. And
but they have to hire a
GM. He needs to hire a GM and just sit his butt up in the box and watch the game.
Sit up in the box. Because look, they could have been back in. Look, the year they got rid of Amari Cooper, I was like, "What are you doing? Like, why would you get rid?" And I get it. He didn't play well in that last game. Whatever. But he wasn't the only one that didn't play well that game. And then you let a 1,000-yard receiver, perennial 1,000-yard receiver, who also complimented CD very well and Gallup very well. You didn't want to pay him. Okay, cool. That's fine. But after that, I was like, they're not going to make no Super Bowl run without having a different weapon to complement CD. Because CD is not a true number one in my eyes. He showed potential this year to be a number one, but he's not a true number one. He played like a number one.
By default,
I can't agree with you on that one.
To me, that's let me just say that to me.
I'm not. I'm with Amir on that one. He proved this year that he's a number one.
Now that's this year. What happened last year? Because remember, last year he was the number one after Amari Cooper had been gone 2 years already. And then
this is Amari Cooper's second.
I mean, he made good. He played well. I'm not going to say he did not play well. This year he played like a real number one. But
they had to help around when they signed Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks finished an amazing season. Season last about 6 games.
He didn't get hurt. I think that's the big with Brandon Cooks. That's always been his thing. Like he's always been, good receiver. He just couldn't stay healthy.
I think Gallup was the one that fell off. That contract was unnecessary. He was the one that fell off this season. But Ferguson stepped up at tight end. It looked like no matter who they put in there, Schultz went out. Ferguson came in. The running game, it was obsolete, right?
Yeah, Pollard wasn't looking good, and there's a certain guy that wore number 22 in Nashville that is really wants to get down there to Dallas. It seems like.
Okay, you open that can of worms. I know 22 is your dude. Was your dude? Currently is. Can he take the Cowboys over the threshold if Derrick Henry signs?
I don't know.
Is he enough?
I don't know. He will definitely help because they definitely didn't have that power run game, and he still has that power. He may have lost a bit of that explosiveness that he had, earlier in his career, but he still has the power, So maybe if they can get him down there with a little scat back, find him a scat back in the draft or whatever, because I think Pollard's gone. They franchised him this year.
They got a scat back. No, who's the other kid? They got Dowdle and the other one.
I look at Dowdle.
Well, Dowdle,
power type guy too.
No, we're talking about a scat back.
Yeah, Dowdle, right? That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, Dowdle.
Yeah,
the little guy.
He's not a 3. Yeah, he's little. He's a little guy.
Oh.
Yeah, he like Darren Sproles.
Yeah, he's
size.
a little guy. He's not a 3-down back.
Is he Darren Sproles size? That's not.
He might be smaller than Sproles. He a tiny tot. Yeah.
I know Deuce Vaughn is even smaller than all of them.
And I was about to say Deuce, but he runs with power too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like that's his game too. If they can get him down there, it'll definitely help them. But I don't know if that'll get them over the hump per se.
Before we move on, JB, like to add to
Shane OB, what up, baby?
that can help the Cowboys, or what's hindering the Cowboys? Let's go with that. What's hindering the Cowboys?
Yeah, I mean, y'all said it, man. It's Jerry Jones in so much as he doesn't really, he has his hands on too much. Like you the owner, but you the GM, and you don't really let the coaches make coaches decisions. So you have guys in there that you're paying to take care of your team, but you're not letting them take care of your team. You're not letting them do their jobs. So you have that. So you got to start from the top and work your way down. I don't think the coaches have the freedom to be able to do stuff, and they haven't since Jimmy Johnson left.
Right.
And they haven't had the freedom to actually do nothing, and that's why they go keep losing until Jerry Jones take his stranglehold off. They're not gonna be able to win like they are used to. They go do it in the regular season. And you heard Jerry Jones when he brought McCarthy back. He said he's got the best winning percentage in the regular season for us. But what you doing? What you doing outside of the regular season, sir? That makes zero sense.
That's the part. You holding on to Mike McCarthy, and he is just not the person that you need right now to get you over the hump. Right now, he's just not it. He comes apart in those clutch situations when they need to have a magnificent game plan. His game plan is just not strong enough. Period.
That's Jerry Jones's puppet, though.
That's his, yes, and that's the problem.
That's exactly what it is.
That's what we all say it too.
I think when he does his coaching hires, that's what he asks him. Are you going to listen to everything I say?
Yeah, he want a yes man. He want a yes man.
And that's why they
agree. I would agree. That's the
never
reason Jason Garrett had a head coaching job for 10 years.
Right.
I will agree to that. He finished 8-8 3 years in a row, and it was like, no, that's our guy. Yeah. Either way, we're gonna focus right back on Green Bay. Green Bay this weekend, tomorrow night, by the way, has the San Francisco 49ers. I'm gonna go right back to you, JB. You can salivate all you want, but is Green Bay the team that you want to play right now?
Not the Birdman hands. You gave him the Birdman hands?
Getting Birdman hands. I'm getting Birdman hands. Let me tell you something. I like this Green Bay team because they put it together at the right time. I like what they're doing, but I don't foresee them beating up on the 49ers the way they did on the Dallas Cowboys. The reason being, Dallas and San Francisco are two different teams, and the way San Francisco approaches games.
One plays in San Francisco, the other plays in Dallas.
Well, actually, they play. One plays in Santa Clara, and the other plays in Arlington. But we're not gonna go there. But I think I do think they're gonna give them a good little fight. But I don't think Green Bay will be able to get over the hump that is San Francisco. Now, if they do, hey, more power to you, because Jordan Love playing out of his mind. But I don't foresee them beating the 49ers.
Chef, come right back to you. The wide receivers: Christian Watson, Dobbs, Wicks, somebody else, Jaden Reed. Man,
the rookie.
These kids, they're kids. They're rookies. The rookies are one or second year guys.
They're the youngest team in the league.
On what does Green Bay have to do to beat San Francisco?
They're going to have to put a masterful plan together and take advantage of spacing, because that San Fran defense coming off a nice rest too, and they're going to be amped and ready to try to make a run to the Super Bowl. They have a chance. They have a chance.
Don't forget, Big Rob, they healthy.
And they healthy. That's the other part. Wait a minute, the secondary too?
Everybody. The only person they're missing is Cleveland Farrell.
Okay.
Everybody else is back.
So that's the other issue. They're healthy, they're rested, they're motivated. It's going to be tough. I mean, they have a shot at it, but they're going to have to pretty much play a perfect game, and also keep Watson out of that middle, because Greenlaw and Warner will kill you. They will kill you. Those two, they're amazing. They are amazing in that linebacker position. They are incredible. And that front four that they have, hey, man, I wish them luck. That's all I'm saying.
I'm going to play devil's advocate before I get to you, back to you, Fleck. the secondary, 49ers secondary has looked suspect. And Packers wide receivers have looked like they've been on fire. That might be the one matchup and the 49ers haven't got down, and that might be the one that is going to deter.
God bless you, sir.
This game. Fleck, what do you got? How does the game go down? And give me a prediction.
You better explain yourself.
Man, I look. Niner fan,
No one for you, Fleck. My bad.
I was Niner fan. I got the Packers. I got the Packers pulling upset. I didn't think that they were gonna go into Arlington and beat the Cowboys, but Jordan Love, that he blossoming right before our eyes, man. He thought
Seattle was gonna win. He thought Seattle was gonna win the West.
I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure I'm not drinking abscess or something.
Did I
just hear you right?
You said abscess.
Gentlemen, Mr. Moore has the floor.
I just need to make sure I'm
You
not.
said abscess.
I thought I was hallucinating.
What's so loud?
No. What did you say? You said who wins?
Green Bay.
God damn! I gotta stop drinking this. What the hell am I drinking?
I got Green Bay winning. 21-20.
Whew, okay, my man. Hey, I'm proud of you for that. That's a warrior pick right there, boy.
Look, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, this game's gonna be a lot closer than what y'all think. All jokes aside, I really believe that these wide receivers are.
They're gonna
The
get
wide receiver and Jordan Love is on such a connection right now that anything is possible. Now, yes, that front four, like Big Rob said, it's going to be huge. If Chase Young and Boza and the other big guy in the middle can
Armstead,
Hargrave.
Hargrave.
If they get a little bit of time. Now, here's another fact that came out. Aaron Jones, who doesn't play all season for some freaking reason, always shows up towards the end. And Aaron Jones
in the playoffs, Aaron Jones is proven he will.
And that's another aspect of that game. Aaron Jones dominated the Cowboys by himself. Everything else was extra.
You did.
But I'm gonna say this: Aaron Jones dominated the Cowboys. The Cowboys defense is not that same defense that he's about to play this weekend. Them dudes, the 49ers defense, they do not believe in letting you get away with nothing on the run. That's one thing. They are hard nosed against the run, and I wish him well.
In activity. Go ahead, JB.
I'm gonna tell you this, Amir. You said that the 49ers secondary has been the unit that's been suspect. Actually, it was the toward the end of the season, it was that run defense because Eric Armstead was out, so the middle of that line was wide open. Eric Armstead is back now. But in that the secondary had been the spot that people thought was gonna be the problem, and it actually wasn't. The secondary was the ones who stepped up and was stopping a whole lot of stuff.
I got the 49ers winning also, but it's gonna be close.
I agree with you. It's gonna be closer than a lot than people are thinking. But the 49ers gonna pull it out. I do believe.
Well, I you know what? I'd be happy to see the Green Bay, doing that thing without Aaron Rodgers, and this be the first and last time we mentioned that name. Speaking of inactivity, the Baltimore Ravens, the number 1 seed of last week, was off. They come back semi-healthy. Humphrey is out. Andrews is not coming back. There's still a lot of questions, but the quarterback, who we all presume to be the MVP, is healthy. Give me Desmond. I noticed you took a sip. Are you ready to give me some juice here? Tell me how that game is going to turn out. Any upsets?
No, I'm not picking no upset for that. I respect C.J. Stroud. I definitely respect the Houston Texans. I think they had a phenomenal year, but I don't see them coming out of this game with no win. It's going to be a close one. I think it'll be a close one. I think it'll be 1-score game, but they're not beating Baltimore right now. Baltimore is pretty focused. I think they're hitting on all the cylinders they need to hit on. I don't see Lamar falling apart right now. He has too much to prove. I was listening to an interview earlier where they were talking about how Lamar has been so focused, and part of the reason is because people don't project a quarterback like him to win a Super Bowl, i.e., one who dresses like he dresses or talks like he talks or is presumed to be a runner first, not a passer.
But that same interview, he said he was nervous because there is a lot of pressure on him to deliver a Super Bowl.
And it is. But I think with him, he handles pressure way different than any quarterback I've seen in a while. So I believe in my guy. I think he's going to do well tomorrow. I think he's going to put on a nice show tomorrow. And hopefully the guy who's stealing money from us puts on a show as well, and comes to play tomorrow and merits that money he just got this year for the 1 year. OBJ.
No, I thought you said about Devin Duvernay. He's active.
And I'm glad to have him back. I am glad to have Devin Duvernay back.
Who are you talking about?
OBJ.
You talking about OBJ?
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
And it told me your boy Hollywood is available.
I don't know this person you keep speaking of. I don't listen to that tomfoolery.
Fleck.
If you talking about Marcus Brown, I know who that is.
Fleck, does Houston have a chance, or can they pull off the victory?
They got a chance. I picked them to beat the Browns last week, and everybody, I think other than Jim, looked at me like I was crazy when I said that.
You did pick them.
But
We didn't look like she was crazy. Not on that one.
These Ravens, yeah, I think they're on a mission. I got the Ravens winning this one, and I think it's going to be more than a one-score game, Rob. I think it's going to be two-score game. I think it's going to be something like 34-16.
So not playing for 3 weeks, technically, is that?
I mean, that rust is always involved when you're off that long. But
right.
I just think I like this Ravens team. I think they is Dalvin Cook going to play? Are they going to play Dalvin Cook?
Yeah,
he's on the field this week.
Yep.
I like the Ravens. I like
what they're doing right now.
JP, talk to me. Who do you have? And how do you think the game's going to go?
Well, first I'm gonna tell you this. I think I'm looking forward to this game more than I'm looking forward to the Green Bay San Francisco game, because this game is gonna be an all timer, and I want to see what CJ can put together. I like what D'Amico is doing down there. I like the team that they have down there, and I like how CJ has been handling himself as a rookie. That being said, I don't think Houston can pull it off. Or let me not say I don't think they can pull it off, because they probably can pull it off. I don't think they will pull it off, but I think it's going to be a one-score game. I think it's going to be down to the wire. Whoever have the ball last either go hit a field goal to win it or miss a field goal to lose it. But I think it's going to be like that. It's going to be like a 3-point game somewhere in that area there. But I do think it's going to be a real good game. It's probably going to be the game of the weekend, and that I am looking forward to it. Now, Amir, real quick though, because we started out talking about the games from last week, and then you completely skipped over what happened with the Philadelphia Bulldogs.
No, we're gonna get to it. We'll get to it.
Oh, all right. I'm about to say, because
I'm just going with what was transitioning.
What was right there?
Because I was just going to say, with them beating Cleveland last week, I was going to go to Joe Flacco right now, and does he have a future in the NFL? See where I was going? I'm going with it. I'm going with it.
I got you.
Talk to me about Flacco.
He definitely has a future in the NFL, but it won't be in Cleveland. Not with Deshaun Watson, and they're paying him all that guaranteed money. They're not going to pay him all that guaranteed money to be the backup, because Flacco has proven, other than the back-to-back pick sixes that got him essentially eliminated.
Which I called, by the way.
Well,
I called that.
Yeah, he called.
I called one. You called back to back. I called one pick six though.
Yeah, I had Myles Garrett with the strip sack to end the game, and that was nowhere near. I don't think Myles Garrett played. If you ask me,
was his name called? No.
Yeah, I don't even know. Cleveland didn't show up at all.
Yeah, offensively or defense. I think, like I said, those two pick sixes back to back, I think that right there kind of took a lot of steam out of what that defense likes to do also.
Speaking of not showing up, the Miami Dolphins had a Saturday night game that really nobody watched because they was trying to boycott Peacock. I think even the Peacock fans didn't want to watch them on Peacock. but it was one of the lowest rated playoff games we've seen in a long time. The Chiefs and the Dolphins real quickly. Is that what we expect the Dolphins to not show up?
That game was boring. Yeah, Dolphins don't do well in cold weather.
Yes, I told y'all that last week. They was not going to do well in cold weather.
Yeah, we all said the same thing to that. It was kind of similar. We get it. They play the Buffalo Bills, but Pittsburgh actually didn't do too bad in that playoff. They was expecting them to lay over, and now the battle is Mason Rudolph versus Kenny Pickett going into the season. Who's the better quarterback?
I think the real battle is Mike Tomlin versus the Steelers.
Why is that the option?
No, that was funny. He came back the next day and said, "Hey, I'm feeling better. I'm back. Let's talk contract." So he wants an extension. He wants to stay. Obviously, you can't ask anybody after they just lost like a personal question like that. You just can't.
Right.
You know. So,
but, I honestly don't think either one. I don't think either one of them will be the quarterback next year. To be honest, they may be on the team, but I don't think either one of them.
We're still predicting the Russell Wilson to Pittsburgh.
I think Russell Wilson goes to Pittsburgh.
Or Joe Flacco.
Or Flacco? What? No, that's regressing.
Yeah, I was just
saying from
daddy out there.
I was just saying from Fleck previous comment about Flacco not being the guy in Cleveland. You're gonna be looking for somewhere else to go.
No, yeah, because he's proven that somebody's gonna give him a chance to start for him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like he's proven that he deserves that shot. Whether he keeps the job the entire year, probably not, but he deserves that shot, but he won't get that shot in Cleveland. Atlanta, maybe?
I don't see
Bill Belichick, but
and that's what I was saying.
A Flacco, to start his revolution over there in Atlanta. It is what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll be one of them.
So we got the Chiefs and Bills. That's the primetime game of the weekend.
Patrick Mahomes' very first road playoff game.
I was just about to say that in Buffalo. So
quit taking my talking points there, fella.
Prediction time. You know what, JB? You wanted to say?
Take him and I'm gonna have him.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take him and I'm gonna have him. So, Mahomes' very first road playoff game. I want to say I don't see him losing, but I also don't see his receivers catching passes. So I feel like Buffalo's gonna pull it out, and I think they're gonna win by 10.
On the playoffs, Chiefs looked good last week. I just want to throw that out there. Fleck?
Yeah, this is a different kind of cold that they're going to now. They were playing in the cold at home last week.
It was 17 degrees under.
Yeah, but in Buffalo it might be negative 40 with that late snow effect.
But going right back to you, wasn't that favorite Pacheco and his running style?
Angry man, yeah.
He's very angry.
Little angry man, yeah. You're right.
Down the doors.
I was saying all that to say I think Kansas City pulls out the win, only because you know how I feel about the Buffalo Bills fan base. So
yeah,
I think Kansas City pulls off that win. I think they win that one. It's going to be a good win. I think that's going to be the game of the week. I think Kansas City wins 28-24.
Tito, we talked about Peacock. Come to the other page.
He was just at this page.
Right.
He was.
I was about to say, literally.
Yeah.
If there was ever a game set up for Buffalo to win, it's this one. If there was ever a game designed for Buffalo to finally overcome their demons, whatever it is that's holding them back, it's this game right here. Being at home finally against Mahomes, being as good as they've been playing. Stephon Diggs finally getting the ball last week. Josh Allen is finally, I'm not saying they want a cord, but they're moving along in that direction. This is the one game where Buffalo can prove that this is it, and they don't. Then what? What do you do with this Buffalo team if they cannot overcome the Kansas City Chiefs at home?
It's going to be a chilly 14 degrees They play Sunday, right?
Sunday, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, chilly 14 degrees. After Saturday, it's a high of 18, a low of 11. So,
well,
I got like I said, I got Kansas City winning that one though.
That's fine. But if Buffalo
to answer your question,
what then?
If Buffalo loses, what then?
Yes, sir.
Stephon Diggs is gone. I think Stephon Diggs is gone either way. Be honest.
He already trying to figure out a way to get to Dallas.
They're gonna have to figure something out. It's Von Miller's probably gone after the season. They're gonna have a lot to figure out.
Just had to throw that in there.
Yeah.
What'd you say? I didn't hear what you said. My bad.
I said, yeah, he's going to prison.
Oh, damn.
He's gonna play with Tim Crew and the Mean Machine.
Wow.
Did not see that one.
I just had to get that out there. I just had to get that out there.
Man.
Also, in that game, Andy Reid is projected to retire if they lose, win or lose. Obviously, they win and continue on, but he's projected to. This is it for Andy Reid.
I don't see it. I don't see him leaving.
A lot of rumors has picked up steam this week that he's done.
I think he's tired of having ice in his mustache.
I think the Ron Kelsey retired.
No, you know what he said? He was tired of them pushing on his back. He said that took a toll.
Right.
The brotherly shove, tush, push, and we're going to get to the Philadelphia Eagles, and for the first time, failing to do so on that tush, push play. He said that took a toll on his back this season. He said he can't do it.
I'm sure it did.
The Bucks broke the Eagles.
So talk to me, what happened with the Eagles? And we discussed this. What happened with the Eagles these last 6 weeks?
Man, these last 7 weeks, they looked awful.
They finished
1-6. Yeah, they finished.
And the only one they had was the Bills.
10-1. Like, man, they looked awful.
They were broken.
I honestly don't know what is going on with that team, but I think it starts with Jalen Hurts, because if y'all remember that one shot of the sideline, Dallas Goedert, y'all know I can't say his name.
Goedert.
He was
about to get at him. Was trying to get at Jalen Hurts. So it's like, what is really going on in that huddle, man? And this is after AJ Brown, shared some frustrations with Jalen Hurts. So
now that's what I'm about to get at. AJ Brown has been rumored. Obviously, we're not in the locker room. Has been the cause of that locker room divide. Has AJ Brown ever been an issue when he was in Tennessee? I don't know.
Not in Tennessee, he wasn't. No. Other than him wanting the contract, right there at the end, there was no issues with AJ Brown in Tennessee.
Right. Yeah.
None that got outside of the locker room the way it has here in Philly.
I don't think I've heard anything about AJ Brown being a problem in any locker room that he's been in.
I read a bunch of Philadelphia.
I know what you're talking about. I'm just saying before that, but yeah, that was kind of weird when it came out.
Yeah,
this year, for some reason, he's been anti-Hurts, anti-Eagles, anti-offense.
But you know what though? Like,
when they were winning, he was talking.
He started off hot. Like, he started off catching all these balls for all these yards, for all these touchdowns. What was it, like 6 straight games? He had like 120 plus receiving yards, and then he fell off the face of the earth. It's like they quit throwing it to him or something. So I don't know, like, was that what it was? Was it Hurts just like forgetting that he was out there?
Hurts was trying to move the ball. He was trying to divide the balls up, and he didn't like his share, I guess.
Yeah, but why would you go away from a winning formula though? You know what I'm saying? You're throwing him the ball. That was equating to wins. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
They started 10-1. That was equating to wins, and then it's like they forgot
you stop.
The team.
Right. No, you absolutely right.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right. And that's questions that we asked. We was asking each other in our group chat. Why go away from the winning formula? Right, because it was other teams in the league that was doing it, but we're not talking about them because they're not playoff teams. But it was other teams in the league that was doing it all year, and we asked the same questions about them. But you'll never find out the answers to those questions, because they're not gonna say that they did it or they didn't do it. So
on the flip side of the field, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers led by Baker Mayfield, throwing over 320
dark.
yards, 3 touchdowns. Rob, Baker Mayfield, talk to me about Baker, the Bucks. Can they beat? Who they got? Tampa Bay? No, Detroit. Sorry,
Detroit.
You got Detroit.
They can beat them. Oh, they can beat them. The question is which Baker is going to show up for that game, and which Detroit defense is going to show up, and also which Jared Goff is going to
I
show
was
up.
about to say you can say that about either one of the quarterbacks. Which one is going to show up? You know
That's the other big part. Which Jared Goff are we going to see? Are we going to see the Jared Goff that was playing in the first half of last week, or are we going to see the Jared Goff from the second half? I can tell you right now, Baker is he's cooking. He's cooking. He has a devastating run game.
I see what you did. I see what you did.
Go figure
I see what you did there.
We use the cooking term.
You like
Baker is cooking.
But I mean, he is putting it
That
together.
turn's been simmering for a while.
You have to. But
Let
I
him
mean,
cook.
the run game is hidden on point with White. Then you got Mike Evans, who is just like this all-world wide receiver right now. And what he's been since he got in the league. Mike Evans has been the guy.
1,000 yards.
Straight 1,000 yards receiving.
Godwin, he's playing out his mind. He's using the tight end. Like the tight end for Baker is
right?
incredible. And then, not to mention, that Tampa defense is nasty. So they can
underrated, definitely.
Yeah, I was about to say, and that when them getting Vita Vea back, that really opened that defense up.
Oh yeah, you're not running.
Vita Vea is
not running.
serious in that middle. He's something
stopped
serious
the
in that
push.
middle.
He single-handedly stopped the tush push last week.
Yeah, there's no running.
Yeah, they broke the
Vita
Eagles.
Vea's in there.
They
Now,
didn't break
with that being said, before we get to predictions, right? You said two things. Mike Evans is cooking. Baker Mayfield is cooking. Both free agents, by the way. Let's do some predictions about where would they play next season. Fleck.
Go ahead, Fleck.
I think Baker will be back in Tampa. I think Tampa is gonna re-up him, and if they were smart, they would bring Mike Evans back too. So I'm gonna say
they were smart. They'll bring in Joe Flacco, but yours is better. yours.
I got them both saying.
Yours is better. Your prediction was way better than mine. JB.
Bring Joe Flacco in.
Flacco back.
Good night. Baker definitely go be back in Tampa. They like what's going on, and like everybody been saying, Flacco has been Flacco. See, Flacco is just here now. Baker has been playing out of his complete mind. So he definitely gonna be back in Tampa. Mike Evans might test out that free agency, and Tampa might not want to let him do that because he go find something else. Somebody else is gonna pay him more money than Tampa is willing to give him right now, and he go walk. I can see him going to. Well, Tennessee don't have the money, but if they did, I can see him going to Tennessee. Y'all got money?
Tennessee is projected to have the most cap space next year.
Once Derrick Henry and Tannehill numbers drop off, yes, they're going to have a crap ton of money.
Yeah,
they're
projected to have close to
$85 million. I don't mean this by disrespect.
Tennessee though.
But who wants to go to Tennessee?
But Tennessee can give them a lot of money. Chicago can give them money. It's teams like that they can throw money at him. Arizona,
but he's gonna want to go to a situation where he can win.
Yes,
and he's not gonna win in Chicago or Tennessee next year.
No,
that's true. I'll tell you what, he's not going.
Take it a little bit less and going somewhere like Kansas City.
Kansas City is another one. Kansas City definitely go throw money at him because they need receivers.
I don't think he leaves.
They're in a desperate need for number one.
They definitely
need desperate need for number 2 wide receiver.
I can tell you, I know where he's not going. He ain't going to the New Orleans Saints because he ain't trying to fight every day at practice. With him and Lattimore, it's gonna be all every day. Amazing.
We got the Detroit Lions and we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's the first game on Sunday. Gentlemen, give me a prediction. How's the game going to go, and how do you see it going? I guess, right, Fleck.
I got. They're playing in Detroit. Detroit is playing hot right now. I got Detroit winning that game, but like last week we kind of figured games that might be blowouts that maybe weren't blowout. I think all of these games this weekend are going to be competitive, man. I don't see. I mean, maybe maybe Baltimore gets away from Houston, but other than that, I really don't see a game that's going to be a blowout. So I got Detroit winning that game, but it's going to be close. It's going to be like a 3-point game.
Chef?
Yeah, I agree with Fleck on this one. Definitely. Detroit, I like Detroit. I think Detroit will win. I think Jared Goff is going to go on a streak here. He's gonna play well this week. He'll have some errors, but I think he'll play well. It's going to be a close one, and 3 is probably about as many as I'm gonna give Detroit to win that one. But it's going to be a good. I think that's going to be probably the best game of the week.
JB, you the line, man. What's the line on that game?
Hang on, give me a second. Amir, give him your pick while I'm getting the line.
You're a statistician.
I don't do lines.
Statistician, but I'm the line man.
Yeah, he do lines.
It's a whole thing. We just figured it out.
If you would ask me when was the last time, then I would have got on my job. But yeah,
I like Detroit.
The Lions favored by 6.
6. Gee, that's
a lot.
Yeah.
By 6, over under 49 and a half
points. I don't know if I would take that bet though. I
definitely would not take that bet.
Be a close one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I got the Lions as well. I got the Lions mainly because they're at home.
Right.
Hutchinson has been out of his mind on that line. He is playing back crap crazy.
That entire line is playing pretty good.
I like it. I like the Lions in that one. And it's not a knock against Baker Mayfield for a change.
No.
He's been doing this thing.
Right.
It's just their line is
more
better.
good Lions.
Yeah.
It's more good Lions.
More good
Right.
Lions. Yeah, definitely.
Right.
So
I want to know what they're doing with. I want to know what they giving Laporta, because man, listen, he doesn't look like he's been injured ever. That dude looked amazing last weekend.
That young man is on it.
I'm still upset with that
Iowa
right there at the end. We gonna get to that, DD.
I promise we're gonna get to that. We swear to God, we're gonna get to that, DD.
We're gonna get to it.
It is that Lions. That Iowa blood that came out of Laporta, and health was for us a high ankle sprain, wherever it was. That looked like a 3-4 usually, and he came back the very next week and played.
And balled out.
There was an ugly injury though. On
Can I do my pick?
Lions game.
Can I do my pick?
Yours is -6.
I walked right into it. I wanted to play devil advocate and say the Tampa Bay was going to win, but I got to agree with y'all. I think Detroit pulls it off. It's definitely not going to be 6 points. It's going to definitely be closer than that. But, yeah, I do believe that Detroit goes ahead and pulls it off. Now you may continue.
I forgot where I was, but either way.
Ugly injury.
Ugly injury.
Higbee. That hit that Higbee took. Luckily, it was just a torn ACL, and I'm saying that because that hit was about as gruesome as it gets. And Stafford said it was a clean hit, but you're a dirty ass F. I thought that was a hilarious line that he threw in there.
Yeah.
That was a Mike. It was Mike when he said it too.
Right.
So
that's the same guy. That same guy injured TJ Hockenson. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like he has a history of that.
He has a history.
He definitely does. I believe if that would have been somebody else, he would have suspended for next week. He would have got 4 games. But
they don't teach these guys how to tackle no more. They don't wrap up when they tackle. They launch their bodies like missiles and go for shoulder tackles.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. They shoulder tackle at the legs and they don't try to wrap up.
But you
don't have to go for the head.
But you know that the officiating thing now is they've minimized that zone where you could tackle people and not get called for a penalty. So you, especially on big tight ends, it makes it a little bit more difficult. So you have to go low, because can you imagine if he tried to go up high on Higbee?
If you square up an open field tackle like you taught,
it's one thing. It's one thing to go low.
I'm not saying it's right.
Directly at his knee.
Yeah, and that's what these guys do now.
Right. I'm just telling you
Aim at the hip.
Maybe, yeah. But
they
again, you talking about a dude that's he's 270, 265, somewhere in there.
He is.
He's huge. He's not a French fry. He's a decent
not at all. No.
And you got a cornerback who's trying to tackle him, who is maybe 2 at best, maybe 210 at best. And I mean, everybody's not Brian Dawkins. Like Brian Dawkins would take that.
There's cornerbacks out there that know how to tackle. You better learn.
Igby's 243.
243 of muscle. There's a huge difference between 243 of muscle.
But he hit him from the back. That was my issue. You know what I'm saying? He's always gonna be defensive receiver regardless.
Right.
Yeah.
So the NFL actually has been in the news all week outside of the playoffs. We had a couple of hirings, mainly because they were in organizational hirings. A lot of the teams are still waiting for other teams to stop playing so they can do their interviews. The two that stands out obviously is Jared Mayo, being the Patriots head coach, and the Raiders finally got it right with Antonio Pierce.
Yeah, they got it right.
They did that.
It's not even that they did the right thing. It's they did the right thing. They're anti-Carolina because Carolina should have hired Stephen Wilkes last year. I still say I stand on that.
Well, Antonio Pierce was taking interviews with other teams, so that's another thing.
Didn't he interview with them?
He was gonna do that regardless. But once Max Crosby came out in the media and said, "Hey, it's either AP or trade me," and we all coming back.
Devontae Adams pretty much said the same thing.
And depending on what they do, because they also picked up Marvin Lewis today, and that's a real nice defensive-minded pickup. So now you got AP, you got Marvin Lewis, you got a good team who believes in their head coach. If they can get a good quarterback in there, other than pretty face, I sleep with porn star Jimmy G.
All the scribbles. James, his name is James.
For the record, we're definitely not hating on Garoppolo. Do your thing, young man.
And please let that
get all of the strippers. All the strippers. Get them.
Don't turn into snacks.
Please don't, Lord Jesus.
Or Deshaun Watson.
Or no, Ayton, right?
But
Ayton.
Yeah.
Exactly. But once they get a quarterback, if they get a quarterback, that's going to be a scary team to look at.
The first thing they need to do is get a general manager, though. They still don't have a GM.
DD took what I was about to say. What are they going to do about the offense, though?
And that's the other part. Who they going to go with OC?
Because if they're getting all these defensive-minded guys, which is not an issue, you know what I'm saying? What are they going to do about that offense?
Right.
They got to go out here and find.
How are they going to help that offense? They're going to
have to get a quarterback. They definitely got to get a quarterback. Joe Flacco?
No.
Trade everything for the first pick in Caleb Williams. I don't see that one happening.
Yeah.
Are you guys sold on Caleb Williams being
I'm not
the best quarterback?
I don't have an issue with it.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't have an issue with it.
If it was me and I was the Raiders, I would try to get to Jaden Daniels.
I saw somebody mock draft that had Caleb Williams falling all the way to 9.
He won't fall.
He's definitely not making it out of the top 2. He's going to
which is ridiculous.
I'd say if he does by magic get 2, I don't see him going to 3. Period. But
he's not dropping out of the top 2. Him and Drake May are going to go 1, 2, and so on. I think Caleb Williams still end up number 1.
But if I was the Raiders, I would find a way to get up high enough to pick Jaden Daniels, and I think Jaden Daniels could be a difference maker in that offense.
Yeah, but all the mock drafts that I've looked at, this week got him making it past the Patriots at 3.
Yeah, the Patriots want him. The Patriots want him bad.
Yeah.
Either way, the Patriots are in a good position to not trade and still get a good quarterback. We still got a lot of positions open for coaching. Which team do you think will fall in line next and get
Atlanta?
Atlanta. The weekend is when they first can start actually hiring outside of the organization, right? So Atlanta. as Rob said in our group chat today, they brought Jim Harbaugh back in for a second interview. They've been rumored to, be in the Bill Belichick sweepstakes. I think Atlanta and the Chargers, those two guys are going to go to those two teams. I don't know who's going to go where, but those two guys are going to go to those two teams.
Yeah,
I mean, Harbaugh to the Chargers, Bill to the Falcons,
and
then Seattle.
I can see it also going the other way around too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Where does Vrabel end up?
Ooh, Seattle?
No.
Seattle? Yeah, I was about to say Seattle.
The Chargers has been the front man. They brought him in already twice. So the Chargers has been in on Vrabel.
Yeah, but the Chargers are bringing everybody in twice.
They brought Harbaugh in twice too.
Everybody in twice.
I like him in the Chargers. If Chargers got a already made team, people are sleeping on that. There's something got to give. Something has to give there. But I like that Chargers team.
You don't think the Seahawks have already made them?
No, they need that. I don't think Geno's the guy. I'm not sold on Geno being the future.
I think Geno's fine. I think honestly, I think they're a good squad.
I mean, we can't just totally write off Geno after, you know what I'm saying?
Not writing him off, but it took him 10 years to have a starting job. I'm gonna throw that out.
Look, I see in the comments somebody said Brady would be good in Carolina.
No, nobody's going. Carolina's gonna have to. Carolina's
first-time head coach will go to Carolina.
Exactly. Carolina's gonna have a guy that
wants to prove
has no experience. This is his first chance to be a head coach because
so is this
no established coach is gonna want to go play for that owner.
No.
So is that
we only have 1 year?
Is that somewhere where what's his name up in Washington? Bieniemy? Is that somewhere where Bieniemy goes?
If you guys notice, it's nobody interviewing.
Yeah, nobody. He's not even coming up.
What are we missing these last 10 years that nobody's talking to Bieniemy about head coaching?
That's what I want to know. I don't understand.
That's going to be a 30 for 30 special. I bet you.
It feels like he's getting the Mark Jackson treatment. Because remember, he was a hot commodity, and then all of a sudden he got fired by the Warriors, and then he just couldn't get an NBA job.
It's sad, man.
But Bieniemy's not even getting a job though. Like
he's an offensive coordinator. He's a coordinator.
That's exactly. It's almost
I'm saying a head coaching job is what I mean.
Right.
It's almost like they say, you know what? You're good at making fries. You're gonna be the fry guy. That's as high as you're gonna go. You ain't making nothing else but fries. It's ridiculous right now.
Don't touch the burgers again. Don't touch them burgers. Hey, you got to talk about what you know. You got to talk about what you know, baby.
Forever, everybody thought Andy Reid and the Chiefs was holding back Bieniemy, but now he was named assistant head coach last year, and then can get interviewed to be head coach this year.
He was named that under the old ownership too.
Yeah,
he was not named assistant head coach under the new ownership.
No, Allen. He was there, right? That was a done deal before the season. Snyder gave up control before the season.
But no, the new ownership, the old ownership is who named him that. The old GM and all that stuff.
I thought Snyder was done.
No, he was still there. Snyder didn't give up ownership until the season started. Bieniemy went there during the offseason.
Well, either way, nobody's interviewing Bieniemy.
No, I agree with you on that. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
We are going to move on from football. We got a few minutes here left on the All Sports Matters podcast, the All Sports Matters radio show, Sunday mornings, 11 Eastern, 10 Central. Is down there in the Clicker Vibe95station.com and over the Parlay Period app.
Before we move on, can we address that last comment? Because yes, that's what Carolina needs, but that owner, he needs to go.
He is the worst.
No experienced coach is going to want to go there knowing that this dude might fire me after 1 year.
But see,
when I could go here and have at least 3 or 4 years.
And Carolina had that coach that developed quarterback, Frank Reich, who was a veteran head coach.
Kept Steve Wilkes.
Well, I'm glad he didn't.
Steve Wilkes is being interviewed for other jobs. Hopefully, he gets another job somewhere.
He interviewed for Atlanta.
Everybody interviewed for Atlanta, seems like, right?
Yeah, Atlanta, Tennessee, and what is it? The Chargers.
The Chargers.
They're interviewing everybody.
Everybody.
No stone unturned. They're interviewing everybody.
I think Atlanta is a quarterback away from being a contender. The Chargers are the Falcons. The Falcons are a quarterback away.
A quarterback away from being a contender. What are you? Am I drinking something now?
That's what I said. So
no, but he's not wrong though. Like they
stop drinking, man.
What are you talking about?
They still need to get some edge rushers, but they're not far off.
Their defense was stout last year.
Look, they need edge rushers. They need an offensive line,
especially in the NFC South.
They need some more wide receivers.
Well,
they're trending in the right direction. You got Kyle Pitts, Drake London.
More.
It was coaching last year.
Also, other than Kenny, they don't need a tight end. Kyle Pitts is really good. They just need to use the tight end they got.
It was more coaching than anything last year, though.
Coaching, OC. Your Falcons are off by a mile.
They're not far off in the NFC.
I don't think they're that far.
You just named all of that, and they still were in contention for the NFC South.
I forgot what conference they're in. The NFC Southeast, whatever the hell they call it. Sorry, that conference is the worst conference in damn NFL football.
That conference worse than the SEC. Let's just put it out there.
That conference is trash. Now Tampa is good in that division, but
Notre Dame could win that conference.
I ain't going that far. But I'm just saying, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. That's just horrible. That's horrible. But
who just got where, DD?
What?
He said he just got there. I was just trying to see who he was talking about.
Frank Wright, maybe.
I think he's talking about Atlanta. Maybe he's talking about
Ritter?
Bijan.
Ask him.
Bijan?
I'm just saying they got weapons.
You can't ask him. You're right, because he can hear you. So
they got weapons on offense. They got talent on defense. Obviously, they're 11 on 11 is not all there. But what I'm saying is they're closer to
and
a quarterback, which every team needs first and foremost.
Need a new quarterback.
They get a quarterback, then hopefully they could turn their tide and be better. I've been trying to move on to the NBA.
Now you can move on.
I will allow it. A quick somber note: assistant coach for Golden State Warriors suffered a heart attack Tuesday night, passed away on Wednesday. The Warriors have canceled their last 2 games, and they might cancel the third here shortly. There's no telling what's going to happen. Sadly, the guy was 52, I believe.
Yeah, he's 52. And they postponed him. They didn't cancel him.
The Falcons tweeted that they had a second interview with Bill Belichick.
Who?
I thought we said that already.
Yeah, we said that already.
Well, they just tweeted it. So
No, they said a second interview with Harbaugh.
Oh, the Falcons just put it out, but it was put out a long time ago by everybody else.
Interviewed the second time yesterday. Belichick.
Okay, I'm just saying what they just tweeted. The Falcons.
Yeah. The Falcons just put it out, but Shefty put it out yesterday.
Making sure that we do not move along from football. I get it, sir. But I said we're moving along, and we're moving along
until something else football related comes up. But I'll allow it for now.
Real briefly, man,
what the hell is happening?
It feels like we're stuck in the ice like DeAndre Ayton was the other day. Either way, who can't make it to a game because he can't get out of his neighborhood. That's the first time I've heard of that one.
That was crazy.
I mean, well, it happens.
Just him. Not
the rest of the team. See, I told you. The owner for Carolina. That's what DD.
No, we're done talking about that.
That's what DD was talking about.
Okay, the man is on the Epstein list. That he threw a drink at the
on the list.
He's done. We're moving on.
They need to move on.
They should.
Because the states of Carolinas need to vote unanimously to do a coup or something. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
For the first time in weeks, LeBron James may not sign an extension and stay in LA, which we all knew because we know Bronny's coming out in the draft. But Bronny ain't been able to score a point in the last 2 weeks. So
he's still on people's boards though.
I get that, but that's
As long
more
as his
for
dad's in the
LeBron.
NBA.
That's more for LeBron than it is for Bronny.
Yeah.
You know,
I
because
agree.
he came out and said Bronny can score for this team right now. Meaning the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers that bad. And second part question is,
Was that him angling to try to get Bronny?
Are they tanking for Bronny?
Talk to me. Talk to me.
JB, that's their secondary team.
Oh my God. It is. You're right.
Yeah.
All I want to say is they hung up that ridiculous ass in-season tournament banner and immediately went on a losing streak. So yeah. No, LeBron is not signing an extension because he's waiting to see where Bronny gets drafted, and that's where he go sign a 1 or 2 year contract so he can play with his son for a year or two and then go ahead and retire. Now, it is. Some people are arguing that the Lakers out there losing so that they can get in a better position to just draft Bronny, so LeBron don't go nowhere. But I don't see that happening. Anthony Davis needs to. He's been on a tear. Mr. Glass has been playing like that's his team, but the team has not been playing like they are a team. So they need to figure something out.
TJ, thank you for
Mr. Glass.
Appreciate
Glass,
you, TJ.
It's still early in the season. All-Star break.
It is.
All-Star break is the signal for when Mr. Glass will break.
That's true. That's true. That's when it normally happens, and it's crazy because we already at the halfway point of the season, and All-Star break is still like a month away, which is kind of crazy. But and I know they angling the trade deadline coming up. They trying to get Diamante from the Hawks. You know I can't say that little boy name. What's his name? Murray. Diamante.
What the hell is that?
Diamante Felahadro Murray.
I knew exactly who he was talking about. For the record.
What?
They trying.
What's the guy
they trying to.
Hey, what's Kupo's first name?
Chris Middleton.
You know who we like to hear. Say his name. Say it one time. One time. Give it to us.
One time.
My God.
Just say it one time.
Since you're on the subject, we're going to make sure it's worth it.
Go ahead, Flip.
The Bucks got their ass beat because Giannis did not play Wednesday night.
It's so bad.
Hey, you talk about people getting their ass whipped, but we ain't talking about it last week when the Celtics got their ass whipped. But
that boy last name be whooping Amir's ass.
Oh
no, his first name.
His
First name.
I
Antetokounmpo.
can
He can say that, but he can't say Giannis.
You can't say Giannis. You say Giannis.
Giannis.
What is it?
Giannis. It's just a Y.
It though.
It's a Y. It's Greek. In Greek, G's are Y's.
Do this.
Well, I don't know why we're talking about Giannis, but we're going to move on.
Do this.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not playing peekaboo.
You didn't say Giannis. You said you can't see it.
Gentlemen, focus.
Oh
Celtics
my God.
0 at home. All their losses come on the road. Big deal, little deal, no deal.
Who, my Celtics?
Any deal?
Who, my Celtics?
The Celtics getting busted in the face.
They lose on the road.
He's saying they're 20-0 at home and 12-9 on the road. And they're playing right now. They're playing the Nuggets right now too.
It's not as big of a deal as it would be in the NFL with being on the road, because when you get to the playoffs, you go road and home, so it's not as big of a deal. And as long as you have a better record, then you go play more games at home. So I think they'll be all right, and they'll get it together by the time the postseason gets here.
Well, I just want to say the Dallas Cowboys was 9-0 at home and they lost in the playoffs, but just want to throw that out there. How about them Cowboys?
Right. Cowboys. Yeah, Lee, I got a show.
That was the perfect segue. I'm sorry.
Who brought it back to football?
That was the perfect segue.
I throw them there for you to catch. You just do what you do. You just do what you do. I just threw it to him. I threw it to you. You got to do your thing.
This week, you guys mentioned the All-Star break is in Indianapolis. Y'all saw they put that full court
in
the airport. I'm thinking about flying just to look at it myself.
Let me tell you something. There's gonna be people trying to get to being late to their flights with torn ACLs out there cramping up because they out there trying to run a 3-on-3.
But that's not the biggest news for Indianapolis. The biggest news is they traded for Pascal Siakam.
I was just about to say that wasn't the biggest news. Combine extended 1 year in Indy. There's a lot of good things going on in Indy right now.
Bring it back to the NFL, baby. Let's go.
You see what I did there?
Whip it back around.
I'm done.
All sports, all the sports, but the NFL is in the front. But it's all the sports.
The trade. Go ahead.
The trade. Halliburton eventually will come back sooner or later. Pascal Siakam. They gave up a lot of picks. They didn't give up talent up.
Did they give up a lot of picks though? Because
three first rounders.
Two of them were in this draft, and they were like the worst of theirs, the Clippers and the Jazz.
Yeah, when it comes to picks in the NBA, if it's not a lottery pick, it's
right.
Even the lottery sometimes is not worth it.
Some reason
it's
NBA,
not like one of the top
I'm
3
not
or 4,
on.
which is why, and we were talking about this in the group chat, they're thinking about going to 2 nights. Why? Yeah. The NBA draft going to 2 nights. Why?
Makes zero sense.
It's worse for that
we
guy.
We hardly watch past the top 5 anyway. Because after that, it's like a bunch of guys you don't know or guys that are stashed in Europe that we've never heard of. I don't understand the reasoning behind them wanting to go to 2 nights for a 60 pick in NBA draft.
I have no idea, and especially with the guys in Europe, because they draft these guys in Europe and they don't even come over right away.
Right,
with the exception of some of them, but a lot of them stay over there. You saw that with Ricky Rubio. Ricky Rubio was over there for what, 3 years before he came over here?
Oh, that's because he was 14 when they drafted him or something like that. He's been playing professional ball.
Yeah, and Ricky Rubio.
He was a kid.
But the thing is, what I'm saying, like a lot of these guys, like outside of maybe the top, I'll even say the top 10, and that's stretching it.
Right.
We don't even really watch it after that.
Yeah.
Lottery is 13. I always watch it at 13.
Right.
That's about mine.
After that, it's like, all right. I noticed the chef is being real quiet because his lottery pick ain't amounting to nothing.
And even then, on that, it's like,
he's been playing mad lately.
No,
Webby's been playing really mad. They ain't winning now, but he's been playing really mad lately.
Look, my lottery pick has been playing out of his mind, and I'm grateful. But can we get him some damn veteran presence to assist him? They just young. They don't know how to close out games.
I'm gonna go right back to you. Do you think that's on? Damn it! I just drew a blank on the coach. Either Popovich. Do you think that's on him wanting just to teach? It's not about winning anymore for him. It's more about teaching the game of basketball.
I think it's still about winning, but I think he needs to basically humble himself a little bit and get some veteran presence in that locker room. We need somebody to help them understand what it is to close out games, because Wemby he's hard as woodpecker lips. He's a monster. We haven't seen anything freakishly, and I get it. Bol is a nice comparison, but not like this dude. This dude is different. But we need some veteran presence in that locker room to help them understand how to close out games, because that's the bottom line. They'll be up like they were up on the Lakers, and I think it was a couple weeks, about a month ago. They were up on the Lakers like 20, 22 points. They ended up losing by 9 in the third, and they were up by 22 points. And
the Lakers had already lost to San Antonio the week before that, so they won't lose them twice.
So exactly. So I think once they get that together, they'll understand and they'll be able to make a run. But we need some veteran presence in that locker room.
Just a couple of quick notes before we move on and go to our you got something for us, Big Rob, before we get to you. UFC 297 this weekend. Sean Strickland versus Dricus Du Plessis. I believe I got that right. Dricus Du Plessis.
What you say about my mama?
So
what you call my mama?
the importance of this is, and this is something that just came to my attention a couple of days ago. I got a DM from one of my insiders. I do have insiders, people. Du Plessis is the first openly gay UFC fighter, and if he wins the championship, he'll be the first gay UFC champion. So I just want to throw that out there. Obviously, it's a milestone. He fights Sean Strickland, who destroyed Israel Adesanya a couple months ago, and that was a shocker to those of us that watched it. Go ahead, Fleck.
No, I just heard that one all wrong. Go ahead. We'll talk about that after the show. I ain't gonna say, yeah.
So other than that, I'm looking at the card right now. There's not much to offer other than the main event, Raquel Pennington versus Mayra Bueno Silva as the co-main event. Other notes for this: Houston Astros signed closer Josh Hader. It's a huge deal. It's a huge deal because the Astros didn't need him. It's like, hey, we need a 3-point shooter, but you already got Steph, Reggie Miller, and Ray Allen on your squad. But let's go ahead and get Draka Petrovic or something. You know, one of those 3-pointers that you don't 3-point shooters you don't need.
That one.
You know what I'm saying? That's an old name, right?
Yeah, man.
Rest in peace, by the way. You know, we lost him in a car accident many years ago, but they didn't need a closer. They got Ryan Presley. They got Neris, and they had one more, Ken Giles. You know, closer is the least thing they needed. But hey, when he's out there, why not? It's one of those things, right? Rob, what you got for us?
So, I'm not gonna hold this because we're moving. You know, we went over time a little bit, but I will promote. I'm promoting. I don't know how many people drink bourbon here, whiskey, but this is what we call redemption.
We did that last week,
but this one is different. The redemption I have this time is a rum cask finish. So basically, it's aged in a rum cask instead of a regular whiskey cask for 10 years. This one is not being sold just yet in Texas. Don't ask me how I got it. You don't need to know that. Mind your damn business. But know that it's really good, really smooth, nice vanilla on the back end.
So can we get a bottle of that? So
go to redemption.com, redemptionwhiskey.com, and you can get a bottle ordered, and they will start shipping it. Literally, the guy told me last week, 2 weeks from now.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
JP,
all right.
Anything?
Now we ready to go?
We were. We are. We're doing our outro round the circle, round the horn.
Round the horn.
Hey, we don't own that, so we try not to say it as much.
We don't own around the horn, but we can say round the horn without the A. But you normally come to me last.
Word. Only allowed in Texas. Round the horn.
Fleck, you got something?
No, sir. I'm ready to eat. I'm hungry.
You know, let's do this then. Hold on, two more minutes. What is going on in Alabama? Why is everybody? I think I just got another notification. Somebody else transferred out of there.
So
2 minutes.
Talk about
it. 2 minutes.
I'm going to say this.
12.
31. We're up to 31 right now. 31 transfers that have jumped in the portal. Hey, guess what? It is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. This is the world we live in now. Transfer portal is a real thing. When coaches transfer and the coaches change jobs, kids get 30 days to jump into the portal if they decide to. And the thing is, the kids are driving
30 minutes because them boys is getting in there.
Well, the newest one that got in this morning, Jalen Sayin, he was the #1 quarterback recruit that just went and won the 7-on-7 and he was supposed to be the guy. And he's been a pro Alabama since he signed to become, come to Alabama over a year ago. But that was under Coach Saban. And now he wants to move on because we ended up getting another kid that Washington has signed. And apparently, from what I'm hearing, the kid is a stud, 4-star stud.
Of course you're going to say that.
Named Matt.
Are you afraid you might turn into Washington South?
Well, I mean, I won't be mad about that because they ended up in the championship game. So I don't really
They lost.
They played in the Pac-4.
I get it, but they ended up in the championship game and they beat the team that beat us.
Yeah, but do you want to be Washington South? Do you want?
And they lost
do you
to
want?
the second team that beat us. But
Do you want to be Washington South in the SEC?
That part.
You want to be Washington South in the SEC?
I don't think they're going to be a Washington South in the SEC because of the coaching staff he's putting together. It's pretty nasty coaching squad. Because he's getting defensive minded coaches.
But aren't they all like coming from Washington?
No, he's getting coaches from everywhere. It's disgusting where he's getting them. He's getting them from Big Ten. He's got a couple from what is it, Sun Conference, whatever it is now. But they use
Conference.
You say Sun?
I'm not hearing SEC at all. So
well, the Sun Conference coach used to be your coach at LSU defense, so you might want to hear that. So
in your face.
So yeah, you might want to.
Was it when the defense was good?
Yeah. When is your defense not been good?
1986.
When is the LSU defense hasn't been good other than this year? I'm just saying.
If I say this year, they were trash.
We're not talking about this year. He's put together a very nice coaching staff. So
Bill O'Brien went to the Ohio State.
Ohio State finna suck.
Hey, he gonna be like, "Hey, quarterback, you suck. You might want to go ahead and go play running back."
Throw the ball over there.
He's so bad.
Oh Lord.
My Gators are being investigated by the NCAA for the Jalen Rashada recruitment last year. Failed recruitment, I might add.
What?
Yeah.
How you get in trouble for not getting somebody?
Right.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Right.
How bad you gotta be? How bad you gotta be to get investigated for not getting the job done?
That's a mess up.
I won't argue with that one.
Hey, we are done here. JB, take us away. How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? Y'all know what we say. Some people like football, basketball, and baseball, while others like hockey, soccer, and NASCAR. But here, all sports matter. And we out.
And thank you to the GOAT.